Hello there, I'm Gary Foster and welcome to episode 5 of What Price Victory, featuring the Western Sydney Wanderers. Today's doubleheader sees the Wanderers at home to Western United, and following up that quite quickly we have another home game against Perth Glory. Now, since you last joined us in the previous episode, let's go to the schedule. We left the last episode against Wellington Phoenix, which was a rather insipid 0-0 draw. Since then we had a couple of wins, one at home to Macarthur FC. That was a pretty comprehensive 4-1 win, and we continued our dominance over the Central Coast Mariners, who we had played recently in an FFA Cup final. We beat them 2-0. Rather lacklustre draw, and people might consider it rather lucky, against Melbourne City, and then a rather lacklustre performance against the Newcastle Jets, where we failed to trouble the scorers and we ended up losing 1-0. So today's game features against Western United, so let me go and do a little bit of admin and we'll come back for that game. Okay, so this is the matchday squad for the game against Western United. Got Mejias in goal, Traore, Wilmering, Williams and Wright in defence, Ugarkovic as defensive midfielder, Therese and Antonis in the midfield, wide attacking players of Abini and Orglar, who is making his debut, and we've got Michael Pickering up front. So we'll submit that team, and we've got a couple of squaddies. So Chapman, who's Clapham, who's a very interesting player, can play wide on the left, but also as a striker. Okay, so that's the team. Need to be assertive. Enjoy the match. I want to see a marked improvement, because our last time we'll send assistant to the tunnel interview and we'll kick off. So Wanderers with the ball. So Western United play it out, but yeah, I think if anything good comes out of this game, it'll have to be a result of Bernie Abini playing above and beyond. So game is ripping through. Western United have a free kick that looks pretty good. Okay, I was about to give them some encouragement, but now it's going to be time for the cranky pants. Yep, it was a good free kick. Probably didn't have the wall position terribly well. Demand more. Right, Traore, plenty of space. Orglar needs to be making a couple of more forward runs. Garkovic, plenty of room, plenty of options. Back to Wilmering. Brings it forward, little ball into Orglar. Therese, and good little ball into Orglar, who gets closed down. Traore gets the ball across to Abini on the far post, heads it straight to the keeper. Not a bad reply. Not a bad reply. Okay, defending a corner. Aerially, I think we're pretty well set up, but watch us concede. Not. Okay, players are not setting the world on fire. Certainly with only one shot on goal. To demand more going into half time. There we have it, half time, down 1-0. And as you can see, Western United, although they're not dominating possession, they seem to be dominating the play. Time to be assertive, and I want a much better performance in the second half. A bit better than this, show them in the second half. Might be an option. Wolmering's furious. Well, considering Wolmering's got a 6.6, he can improve, as can the whole team. Okay, so a Beanie on the ball. And Turnus lobs it through to Pickering, who obviously does nothing spectacular about it. Okay, Traore. Throw. Garkovic and Traore, they give the ball away. Now, I'm going to be caught short here, unless they hold play up, which is what they do. Western United with a clean run on goal. Thankfully he shanks it wide. Okay, Pickering's not playing terribly well, so Hamed is my go-to guy on the bench. Beanie, I'll leave him on, but Delroy, see what he can do. See what he can do. Double sub early on in bit earlier than what I planned, but all the players are playing like bastards. Guess we should be thankful that we're only 1-0 down, and that was to a set piece. Need to keep Traore on, even though he's on a yellow. Hamed. Oh, good save by the keeper. Traore. No, Traore's on there for the long haul, unfortunately. Don't give anyone a rest, it's going to be in midfield. So, Clapham. Therese. Cross to a Beanie, he's got to chase that. Can he get it back across? Bailey right from the back. And Clapham, ooh, very, very close. Need to demand more. Need to have an attacking mentality now to get back into the game. 1 goal will do it, although I don't know whether it's a point we've deserved. Abini, back to Bacchus, through ball, no one running onto it. Okay, Williams. Bacchus with a number of options. Abini's come in, little ball over to Clapham. Ball into Hamed, charge down. Oh. Okay, Therese. Had a fair bit of space in the penalty area there, but he shanked it wide. It's a damn shame. Bacchus with the clearance. Hamed and Beanie. He's made some room wide on the right. Hamed's come to the left. And Clapham's gone in. Garkovic with a good header, long range header. Wolmering hasn't played all that well. Hamed. Chillon ball, Abini's on the far post, checks and come back to Clapham, now to Abini with the header, saved easily by the keeper. That might be all she said, and there ain't no more. Clapham, and there we have it. Okay, didn't play well, but considering we only lost 1-0 to a set piece, yeah, not great, especially with Wolmering and Bailey Wright playing poorly in defence, and Obini certainly didn't set the world alight. We weren't good enough. We must improve. Okay, so we'll go there and we'll continue. We'll just get back to the schedule, because I think our next game is scheduled against Perth Glory in a week's time. So once this starts or stops purring over, yes, we've got Clapham makes his professional debut. Here's a young'un. And we've got a Champions League draw. Okay, so Western Sydney have been drawn against TC Sports in the Eastern preliminary round of the Asian Champions League. Okay, so that's good news. Thing is, we've got to get past the preliminary stage first. So, being semi-pro, we do have the advantage, I guess. So, yeah, fingers crossed we can get past them. So let me go and do a little bit of admin, and we'll come back for the game against Perth Glory. Okay, so here we are for the game against Perth Glory. Slightly changed side. Medjas in goal. Got Traore, Wolmering, Wright, and Gordon, who's returning from injury, but I have to juggle him around because he's not quite fully fit. And Reece Williams has just sustained a knee injury that's put him out for 6 months. So it's pretty well shafted my my defensive unit. In midfield, we've got Bacchus, Agarkovic, and Antonis, and I'm playing a flat 3 midfield this time without the DM. I've got Therese and Abini as our wide attacking players, and we've got Hamed up front. The bench is sort of a mix and match of the people. I've got Petratos there just to cover the wide attacking players, and most of the bench are regen players. So things are a little bit grim here in Wonderland, but Perth are currently the cellar dwellers in the A-League, so we know that that's as good a chance as any for them to spring an upset. The transfer window opens in a week's time, so we'll be looking at the 8th of January, and the transfer window opens on the 14th of January. So we'll be looking to do a little bit of business there. The finances indicate that we're spending pretty much our allocated budget. Now, we don't have much room to move, so we'll be offloading to bring in some new faces. So after this game, there'll be a fair bit of toing and froing to go, and hopefully there'll be a bit of business done in the transfer window. Most of our development team are in show 4.5 star potential, but that doesn't help us through this season, and I don't really want to put 15 and 16 year olds in the mix. I will submit this. We know Ziggy Gordon is struggling to be fit, but he's good for 75 minutes, so with any sort of we're all sick and tired of getting bad results. It's time for that to change. Tunnel. We can send the assistant, because training during the week was actually quite good, and the scouts picked up a couple of designated players who might be able to help give us cover. I'm actually trying to, I've got a couple of loan inquiries out, so you never know, there might be a little bit of action in that regard. So we are, Perth Glory on the attack, but cut out by Teresi. Okay, free kick for Teresi on the far post, Hamed, and there we go, right, I think it was, and it was cleared off the line. So Teresi again, flat across to Antonis, into Wilmering, and it's deflected behind for a corner. So plenty of action in the first couple of minutes. We must win this game. I mean, anything less than that, I think would impact severely on our morale. And as I said, we trained well during the week, so I am quietly confident. But Wilmering, whose recent form has been pretty poor, got caught in possession there. So unless his numbers start improving, he might be one of the first ones catching the train out of Parramatta. Ziggy Gordon, Antonis, short cross, and Hamed, poacher's effort on the near post. Okay. Might have been fractionally offside, I don't know, because Antonis crossed the ball very deep from the byline. Goal awarded. I was going to say it'd be a shoelace. It might have, don't see Gordon, the ball, Antonis drives into the box. Yeah. Happy with that call. Okay, so early goal, which is good news. It just means that they've got much more time to equalise. But a beanie on the ball, and it gets another corner. No, not quite. It gets the ball out flat to Teresi, and that was Hamed, I think, with another shot. So we're certainly knocking down the door. Ziggy Gordon up from the back, flat to Antonis, back to Gordon, Antonis, who loses the ball with Gordon out of position. Bacchus. Okay, Traore up from the back. Bacchus to Traore. Oh, okay. Garkovic wide to Traore. Deep in, and Teresi across the goal. I thought that had gone in on the far post, but he was offside anyway, I think. Might have signalled for a goal kick. Yeah, O'Neill, high, wide and handsome. So, a lot of action to call, and the game's only 10 minutes old. So, Garkovic on a yellow, I've just noticed, but Abini with a poor header. Okay, Sturridge, for those England fans would know of Dan Sturridge. He's out playing for Perth Glory in our A-League comp. Okay, Bacchus, back to Teresi. I don't mind the pass back unless gives them a bit of space to build up, but they haven't shown the killer ball. But Hamed to Abini, and unless Abini can chase that down, it was a poor ball. Okay, Gordon's taking his time. Sturridge. Oh, good goal. Good goal. Outside of the left foot and curls around the keeper. So, yep, we saw it, we know it. We need to encourage. Perth Glory with a bit of room to move, but no blue shirts in space. Aegeus. The ball. Bacchus looks to be running out of petrol. Not quite sure whether I can get him to half time or not. Try and get him to half time. There's still another 20 minutes to go. Okay, Perth seem to be playing it around. I'm not playing a huge pressing game. Sturridge plays it out wide, and once again there's a lot of room behind our defensive four for Perth to get across. And rebound, ricochet rabbit, and Bacchus clears up to Hamed, nods it out to a Beanie, I think it was, but the highlight didn't come to anything. Okay, Traore with the throw. Terese back to Traore. Yeah, I'm trying to get him to half time. Okay, a Beanie. Wide to Antonis. And there's a goal, hits the post. Thought it had beaten the keeper, but just shaved the outside of the upright, so that was a damn shame. Okay, Terese is going to have a shot and goes over the bar. Okay, Traore with the throw. Bacchus, who seems to have regained a little bit of fitness. Certainly hadn't bottomed out like it was 10 minutes ago. At Wilmering, who needs to show me something. Bacchus, Antonis, back to Traore, bit of room. Bacchus, Antonis with the good save by the keeper. Looked to be going wide, but it might have snuck in. So coming up to half time, not quite. Okay, Sturridge on the ball. Cross deep, but cleared by Wilmering. Just have this nasty feeling that there's going to be a sting in the tail of this highlight. Sturridge is getting a lot of touches on the ball. About time we should close him down. At least you would have thought so anyway. He's already hurt us once. Far post, but ballooned header. Seems to have been an epic half, and we're still going. Antonis. Bailey right. Antonis again. The Beanie. He's going to pull it back. Gordon, first time. Hamed, and there's a Beanie. Goalkeeper committed himself, but right on the stroke of half time, there is the sting in the tail. And it's actually gone the Wanderers' way, which is what I was. I didn't think that had happened, but Beanie had the ball, pulled it back to Gordon. Gordon brought it in. I don't know why the keeper committed himself, and Hamed laid it off to a Beanie. So, okay, that's a good time to score. Dressing room. Encourage. We're doing well, but we could find another gear to take charge of this match. It's hard to argue there. And Ziggy Gordon is the lad I've got to be looking at. Antonis with the ball to no one. And Beanie's not going to get to that, surely. No. So little XG suggests that we're doing okay. I mean, Perth are the bottom team. Bit of wide room here for Traore. Lower cross to... Yeah, needed Hamed about another couple of steps up. Garkovic and Bacchus. Wide again to Gordon. Okay, Gordon runs onto it. There's 3 red shirts. Traore crosses. Not to be. Not to be. Okay, high, wide and Hanson from Sturridge. And all our numbers seem to be pretty good. Enhancing our XG. Let's do a little bit of encouragement and just wait for this highlight lobbed into the keeper. Okay, time for changing. Do it. Subs now. Tactics. Sorry, so Ziggy Gordon, who we've got wide on the right, we'll swap him for Bailey right, and we'll have Triantis to come on for Gordon. Support, support, support. Don't want to get rid of the yellows just yet. I'll take a risk on that. Najim. Yeah, Petrados is wide attacking players, so I'll look to bring Petrados on next in case any of the attacking three need resting. Okay, so Bailey right. And Turnus Abini. Got a bit of space. Can he drive into the box? He's made room for himself, but a shot gets charged down. Triantis is now on. Garkovic with the corner. And Abini with a good little goal. Good little goal. Considering he's only about 4'6", he can get up high. He can get up high. He's actually got quite good heading stats, and he's scored quite a number of goals from a header. Yep. Probably quick, and he can get himself that extra metre of space. Okay, so with that, I might... Oh, Beanie on the ball again. Breaks through, and no, doesn't finish. Keeper gets in the way, makes himself big. Okay, so Bacchus is now starting to bottom out. And off the post with Hamed from the corner. Sorry, I wasn't really paying attention to that. I was more inclined to see who I was going to sub. Bacchus. Nezarine. Not really an ideal position for him. But we'll take that. And Terese for Petrados. Bring them on with 10 minutes to go. Warmering back to the keeper. Megias, plenty of time. Torore, even more time. Terese, going to be your last touch, I think. Hamed. Intonus, little ball through to Hamed. Now finish it. There he goes. Okay, this is looking a lot more comfortable now. Three goals without replies. So that goal just on half time by Abini. We've been able to consolidate in the second half. So that should give us a great deal of confidence. All the ratings and that should go up, and everyone should be happy little punters. Okay, looped in there with Obini on the far post. Okay, so the trick is to get through the next 5+ minutes. Come on, keeper. Alright, turned him away. That's good. Oh, unmarked. Good save. No, he shanked it. Good grief. Okay, this might turn things down. Don't know why, but in possession we'll just do a little bit of time wasting or slow it down. Okay, Humour through, saved by Magias. Fitness levels are bottoming out as you'd expect at this time of the game. Triantis, plenty of time, and Turnus, plenty of time. Don't really have to do anything except give the ball away. That's one of the frustrating things there, that these tactical changes won't take effect until the break in play. You think you'd be able to shout at them and make these sort of adjustments on the fly. It's not as if you have to wait for a break in play for substitutions. Let's give them a bit of praise. So yeah, it was actually a nothing sort of pass, but Bailey must have been aware that there was that defender or attacker coming in on his shoulder. High, wide and handsome at the corner. Should be enough to play it out, guys. Thank you very much. Okay, so all the numbers suggest that Wanderers should have won reasonably comfortably, and they have. So I'll go to the dressing room, we'll do a little bit of stroking, give them all a cuddle. Nice work, that was good, but Perth are the bottom team. We'll send the assistant, and we'll continue. So we move up a position to 4th. Yeah, look, that's okay. Like Perth were at the bottom of the table. Melbourne Victory, they've had a win. Interesting, they're in a poor position though. But beat Adelaide, and Phoenix also beat the Jets, which we couldn't do. So looks like it's going to be a pretty compressed competition. And we'll have a look there. Got a big game coming up against Melbourne Victory, who have in a run of a little bit of poor form, although they picked up a win on the weekend. A couple of games here to play offline, though probably against Victory and Adelaide, probably Macarthur as well, and we'll come back for Brisbane Roar, because then there's a couple of games that I need to catch up on, because there's a Champions League qualifying game coming up. So as I said, all 3 games offline, come back for Brisbane Roar. In the meantime, the transfer window will be open, and I've got a fair bit of business to do there to get our defence some sort of array with injuries and whatnot. Yeah, so we'll leave it at that. I'm Gary Foster. Thank you very much for watching What Price Victory, and we'll catch up with you soon. All the best now.